One of the biggest mistakes that I've found that young people make where relationships concerned is that you give too much vulnerability too quickly. And sometimes it's in a quest for both of you to bond. And you do that in the sake of let's bond. And vulnerability can take you to a place where you feel so close that it now looks as though you are in love. But what is going on there is the connection of vulnerability. Look, if you come to me and share with me your pain and what is going on with your life, just because of that pain, you have invited me into a journey in your life. I'll be checking on you, I'll be speaking to you, and I can do that for the next 3 months, but doesn't mean I'm in love with you. And so what people were in love with is the pain of your story, not necessarily that they were in love with you one-on-one. And so the moment you start to share vulnerability, what happens is that that person is in love with your pain and they can't see you in pain. So the fact that they are calling you, checking up on you, WhatsApping you, being there for you, you're in the hospital, they show up, and then you're thinking, oh, wow, he's been there for me. In fact, when he cried, I cried. He really cried. He was praying for me. Look, sometimes it's genuinely as a human being just caring for you. But you have interpreted that to be love. And what is going on there is the fact that what you call love is what any human being that has a good heart would do for anybody. So don't be too quick to use vulnerability as a bait of interest for one another, because the premise of your relationship might be vulnerability. The moment that situation is over in your life, bam, the door is closed. Then you're wondering, he doesn't love me anymore. He has finished his job until his job is done and victory has been won. Many times, please, I'm a guy and I can say this, it is men that throw the bait of vulnerability first, but they don't throw it deep. The moment they throw it small for you, women catch it and draw it down. So it's like, when I was growing up, my dad, and then the girl now says, my dad, my father, my mother, my sister, my in-law, my brother, and then you open up your heart. And then the moment you open up your heart, you allow him in, and it's almost as though it can't go away anymore. As a woman, let me speak for the women. When a man is genuine, you would know. The problem is listen very close to what he's saying and what he's not saying. And listen very closely to the questions he's asking you. And when you hear certain comments, don't leave it to yourself and say, maybe later. Once you are not clear about something or something that is a red light for you, ask questions.